They are really very hungry and they want to eat something. So probably you can give them a snack while they sit around. Right as they eat the snacks or the like the biscuits or whatever you give to them, they will always sit close by when they're enjoying such things. And once they are around you enjoying it, at this junction you can be gisting with them while you're cooking. They will keep you company. And in that process, they will tell you a lot of things you never imagined. So yes, today I'm going to be diving deep into bonding and building communication with your child. And this video is particularly for people from busy mom who have children within the ages of 3 to 8 years old. Some of these steps can also be applied if you have children, of course, from 9 years and above, because you really need some of them as well. But getting them in the basic, building that communication with them in the basic is very important. Someone might argue with me and say, "Oh, I used to discuss with my child. I discuss freely with them. When I come back, we bond together. We do this." Now, you might be with your child sometimes, you play with them, but you don't have good communication with them. Now, this is coming from a school counselor and from someone who has been in the teaching field for a long time. And I've taught children of different ages. Like meeting with them, you will see some who will tell you that they don't have business discussing with their parents. They don't tell their parents anything. They don't spend any quality time with their parents in terms of discussion. Now they can stay with them for even an hour, 2 hours, and there's nothing to discuss. Do you want to build communication with your children? Make sure you watch this video to the end. And do not forget to subscribe and join the family. I'm so excited today anyway, because I'm trying out some new things in my video. So let's dive into the tips. First, baiting your children. Yes, this is very, very important. Baiting them or dressing them. Now, I know that you're a busy mom. Of course, you're so busy. You have so many things that you need to do. So many things that you want to touch. But can you try to be the one to beat your children? If it's not in the morning, probably in the afternoon when they come back from school or at night. Try to be the one to beat them in any of these hours. You would ask me, how would beating them be to build any communication between me and my child or increase our bond? Now, when you beat your children, it helps you to touch their body. If they have a particular issue, you'll be able to find out if they have an issue or not. I remember back then, my child, I wanted to beat her one day, and immediately I touched her leg, she screamed. Since I came back from work, since I've been with them, she was fine. She was walking up and down. She was even playing. So I'm surprised to see her scream. And I had to ask, and I confirmed she had a serious, I think, four on that day. Now, the difference is I would have not known if I was not the one beating her. So, in the process of beating her, she tend to tell me things. I would find out if anybody touched my daughter's body when I'm beating her because I communicate with her. I'm not just in a haste, like, no matter how fast you are again when beating a child, as long as it entails touching their body, it makes them feel free with their body and tell you things that happen in their body. So some of these children that you complain that someone touched my daughter, why you didn't get to know earlier is because you don't beat them, so you don't touch them. Do you understand? But if you are the one that beats them most often, if you are the one that touched their bodies, they can freely tell you, someone touched me today, or this happened today. They could react to that thing that you are doing with what is happening around them. You could see them change in their expression. You could know when they change in their body posture, and you'll be like, who have you been watching? What have you been doing? In that scenario, your bonding with them is increasing because they begin to feel more relaxed with you and their body. Now, they can tell you the things that happen with their body. From this phase, if they start telling you from the age of 3, 4, 5, it is building, and the trust is building to tell you the things that happen with their body. Two is if you're not the one beating them, at least be the one clothing them. So let's say someone is beating them for you. Okay, you're a very busy mom, someone is beating them. At least be the one to close them. If it's not in the morning, be the one to close them in the evening. When they are done beating and they rush out, let it be that they're rushing out to meet you. You've selected their clothes, or they can select the clothes with you, And then you're like, okay, come. You help them. They put on their trouser. They put on their shirts. You drop it for them. You watch how they wear it. You're like, okay, bring your leg. You help them during those points. As you're doing that as well, you are still having contact with their body. You are having contact with their body, contact with their wears, which they could be like, I don't like to wear this. I would like to wear this. In that junction, you are learning some of the things that go with their body, their dressing, their makeup, how they feel about the new dress. You are knowing some things about your children because you are there at those sensitive moments. If you have your nanny or your house help to do all those things for you, if there is something that is going wrong in the child's body, you are likely not to know because the child may never say those things after bathing. That is the fact. I know the case of a small girl. She was only privileged to say it to her mom when her mom was beating her. There was no other time she could tell her mom that someone was touching her in school. She never said any other time outside that. It's until the moment that she now found out she has built a conversation with her mom that someone was touching her body while she was in school, that you could not see her trying to demonstrate with her uniform how the whole thing was happening. So if you want to create close bonding with your child, if you are not the one beating them, make sure that you are the one beating them. Now, another secret that I'll be sharing with you is peradventure you're not the one beating them, you're not the one clothing them. Now you should try to be the one with their food. Yes. And I'm not talking about just the dining aspect. Because sometimes when we get to the dining aspect as well, if there has not been a platform of communication right from time, the dining will kind of be quiet because they want to obtain just observe table manners. The dining will not be as noisy as you think. When do you need to meet with them at this junction? That time you are preparing their food. As you're trying to fix their dinner, or you're trying to fix their breakfast, or you're trying to fix their lunch. At that junction, sometimes they are hungry. They want to eat. They will often stay around you. Now, don't be quick to be that kind of mom that's like, oh, everybody go to the sitting room, go and you just tell them to shift. No. But create a platform whereby as you are cooking, you're communicating with them. You could even give them a snacks at that moment, and they're eating the snacks. They're often around you while they're eating the snacks. Now, sometimes I don't bother to on the television in my house at those junctions. Why? I just need them to be around me. Sometimes I could on it while I cook. I could go over there and see what they are doing. But I've observed most often the communication is well built when they are around me. They tend to play, they tend to do one thing or the other, test the food with you. You are building company, liberty with them, hearing their own views. Now, as they advance, they will even demonstrate some of the things that happened while they were in school. They could demonstrate a particular drama, a dance. They could say some common words that they're not hearing in school, which may not even be good words. Of which, if they were all watching the television and you came to meet them at that junction, the movie continues, the cartoon continues, the game continues. From there, of which you are no longer able to discuss with them. That is a fact. You could even get distracted. Another truth I want us to acknowledge as mothers is that most often when you come back from work and you're tired, you're exhausted, all you want to do is, if I just finish cooking this and take my bit, I'm going to rest. You find out that within yourself you're already devoid of disturbance, no matter how critical it seems. What your body, your system, your network is asking for is rest. And sometimes we still have jobs to do, even at night, depending on the kind of work you do. And if you still have leftover that you need to do at night, or you a stay at home mom, and you still have shifts at night that you need to do, or you have things you need to fix, or you're a content creator, you need to make your videos at night. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Once you are done, you want to rest. So when you are cooking, that time you're trying to fix their food, you are doing your best to make sure that you engage them in that communication. You're doing your best to allow them to play around you so that you can even see the kind of play, the kind of things that they do, the kind of words that they throw out, the kind of reaction that they give to one another as brothers and sisters or as whatever. In that junction, You are part of their communication, right? You can say, okay, you go get this thing for me, go do this thing for me, go get this, do this. While you are sending them on those errands, of course, man, they are going to be so relaxed and begin to talk. They will tell you things that happened in school. Even the ones they've planned to hide can just bust out mistakenly. Now, this particular skill, this particular tip is very, very beautiful if you have children within the ages of 10 and above. If you have children within the ages of 10 and above, this one is very, very critical. As they are advancing, make sure that you don't throw away your kitchen time with your children. Even if you're not the one cooking, mommy, you can just deliberately sit around there, because most often they are all sitting around waiting for the phone with their phones. Now, if you are in their midst, they will discuss some little topics. You can get to hear some things, ask them questions, know where they are. But if you're waiting for that particular special time, they will bring the chair and sit with you. That special time may never come for you to really know their contents. If you want to know more about your children, make sure that you embrace those special moments you have with them, which are not planned, but it comes freely in your daily living with them until it becomes a life for them to communicate with you as their mom about their body, to sit and talk about the things that happen in their environment while you are there, and you are free to react. Now, there are some that may not be good. You don't react mean with it. You can just be calm, like laugh, pretend like you did not hear it, and then later talk about it. Why there are some you address immediately. Why there are some you also laugh with them. If it's a dance, you dance with them. It's you just get engaged. You be like, okay, that what happened today. Wow. So if you have this mindset, it saves you of so much stress and covers so many lapses for you. It covers so many of your absence for you. If you can apply these tips, you'll be amazed at the kind of results you'll be getting with your child, no matter how busy you are. Now, I know if you love this tip, and I'm sure you do, if you love these tips that I just shared in this Mother and Child series, this is our first episode. If you love this, please subscribe, like, and I would love to hear your views in the comment section. I'm still Lillian. If you have anything at all you want to share me, I would even love to hear your experiences. What has it been like with you and your child as a busy mom or as a stay-at-home mom? What is the difference, and what would you love to say or share to other women in the platform? Thank you so much. Bye for now.